Welcome back, our dear viewers. Minister of Foreign Immigration and Egyptian Expatriate Affairs Badr Abdel-Ati held a joint press conference with his Russian counterpart yesterday, Sergei Lavrov. Addressing the press conference, Abdel-Ati said that both sides tackled enhancing the bilateral relations in many fields, indeed, that came on the sidelines of Badr Abdel-Ati's visit to Moscow that started last Sunday. To shed more light on the issue, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Diaa Fiqi, member of the Egyptian Council for Foreign Affairs. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning for you.
Sir, how do you see the timing and the visit by the Foreign Minister, Dr. Badr Abdel-Ati, to Moscow?
It's really very important time. As you see, we have attention everywhere in the Middle East, some points in the world. So it's very important to sharing ideas with, a friend country like Russia. It's very important to sharing experience and to discuss some files between the two friendly countries.
Indeed, sir, as you have kindly mentioned, that the Egyptian-Russian relations go back to a long way back in time, since Egypt opened its first embassy in Moscow in the year 1943. Can you give us your insight on the depths of the bilateral relations between Egypt and Russia?
The Egyptian-Russian relations are historic and strong since the beginning of diplomatic relations between the two countries in 1943, long time ago, in all economic, commercial, industrial, and other sectors. From the other hand, we are talking the same language in Middle East challenges. As a matter of fact, Russia has supported Egypt in all international organizations in our fair files.
Indeed. How do you see the importance of such a visit by Dr. Abdel-Ati to Moscow at this very critical timing with the ongoing Russian-Ukrainian war, the genocide war against the Gaza Strip, all these challenges that are taking place in the world? So how do you see the timing of this visit, sir?
The timing for this visit is very important, as we said. Really, everybody sees that around the world there is, a crisis. We cannot say challenges.
Yes.
It's now as a crisis, really. And
Indeed.
Egypt is a big country, and Russia is a big country. For this case, it's very important to cooperate, to coordinate, our voice together. Especially, as I mentioned, that Russia really supported Egypt and the Arab rights and the Palestinians' rights every time in all international organizations. This is very important, for your voice to go for an international area with a strong country like Russia. And also, we have a lot to do together today and for the near future.
Both foreign ministers held a joint press conference yesterday in Moscow. What were, from your point of view, the most important points tackled during that joint press conference yesterday, sir?
This conference is very important, and also Egypt, it should be, and that's why we are there, should be there, your voice, your point of view. You should say what you want to say for this conference. This is very important. And also give impression for our friends there that we are very close. We are here discussing all matters. Dr. Badr Abdel-Ati discussing and represent Egypt in all sectors, not only the foreign affairs, but it means that we keep on our relations with Russia.
Yes. Dr. Diaa, one of the most important topics that were discussed yesterday, indeed, is the recent developments concerning the genocide war in the Gaza Strip and the vision of both Cairo and Moscow regarding that issue. How do you see the developments and the joint vision for both countries regarding the necessity of an immediate ceasefire and finding a solution on the ground for this very alarming situation regarding the genocide war in Gaza?
Really, it's very important when we said together the same language as I mentioned a few minutes ago, that really important to stop all this crisis, because Russia also believe, like Egypt believe, that we should work together, not has a tension or war against each other. Russia believe our beliefs. This is very important. At the same time, that this is an Egypt point of view. And Dr. Badr Abdel-Ati, our Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration, has this, point of view and go to Russia. So it's very important how we can solve the problem around us in the region, in the Middle East, everywhere, without this, sharing the conferences, sharing visits. It's very important, really. But we cannot go for details, as you know. It's a lot of details, but at least we will go for the address. It's very important joining this. We are in the right way. Our strong relations with our friends in Russia is very important for both benefits, for Russia, for Egypt. And we are two big countries with historic relations, and we should build on this old relation since 1943. It's really important for both countries.
Yes. Sir, indeed, this visit comes as today also the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken will visit Egypt, which is the 10th visit to the region since the start of the genocide war that started almost a year ago. Do you believe that we might find a solution now, or we find an agreement regarding the ceasefire between Gaza and Hamas?
Really, as everybody see in the whole world, that Egypt from the first minute, and His Excellency, Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, we give all the efforts and all the solutions, and we go everywhere, and we, do our best, and still, and we will, to do that. I'm sure that also the visit of Mr. Blinken is important.
Yes.
It's a very critical time, very complicated case, but we hope that Israel listen to the voice of peace. We ask for peace, for security, for the region, for the Middle East. It's very good and very, important for all parties, for everybody. But this visit to Blinken is also in a very important time, and we will keep, arrange with USA. We will arrange with the big major countries in the world to solve this problem. And, today, more than 10 months. It's a very long time, and we need to put end for this unfair war.
Yes, indeed. Also, Dr. Badr Abdel-Ati said that the talks tackled the latest developments in Libya, Sudan, and Syria. How do you see the common vision here between Cairo and Moscow regarding these very important files as well, sir?
It's really a very important and hot files everywhere. And as always, Egypt, is working for the Arab world, our brothers in the Arab world. And we have this crisis in Libya and Sudan, everywhere, and we discuss it with a big country like Russia. Russia has a big influence in the area and in the world, and very important country. In this case, maybe we can help each other to solve this crisis, for the benefits of the people in our Arab countries. Our brothers there is facing a very, difficult conditions, and we need to solve that as much as we can, as soon as we can. So we did this effort for this crisis because it's, as you see, a very, very, very hot crisis, and it's around us and around the area. It's not good for anybody. It's not, giving you any positive future. So why we did not work for development, for peace, for security for everybody, peace for everybody. You know, everything should be solved in the table, not by the war, by table. That's why Dr. Badr Abdul Ati, you know, Egypt, you know, Minister for Foreign Affairs, he go to discuss, and in this trip, to discuss what is the solutions, how we can do that together. And we should discuss this with the big, you know, influence in the country, like Russia. I hope that maybe we will see the end of this crisis soon. I hope so.
Hope so, sir. Dr. Diaa Helmy Fiqi, member of the Egyptian Council for Foreign Affairs. Thank you so much, sir, for being our guest for today. Our dear viewers, now we'll go to a short break, and after that we'll be back. So stay tuned on Nile TV International.